The vast emptiness of space stretched out before the sleek research vessel, Galactic Pioneer *. Its hull gleamed under the light of distant stars as it glided through the uncharted regions of the Andromeda Galaxy. On board, a team of the most renowned galactic archaeologists from various alien species worked tirelessly, their eyes glued to screens filled with data from their latest scans. Dr. Zix, a tall, blue-skinned Andromedan with 4 arms, let out an excited chirp. "Everyone, come quickly. I think I've found something." The ship's crew gathered around Zix's station, their diverse array of eyes, tentacles, and sensors all focused on the flickering holographic display. What they saw made them gasp in unison. Floating in the darkness of space was a massive fleet of ships. But these weren't ordinary vessels. They were ancient, their hulls scarred by millennia of cosmic dust and micrometeorite impacts. Yet, despite their apparent age, they maintained a perfect formation, as if frozen in time. "Incredible," whispered Captain Lorne, his green scales shimmering with excitement. "How old are they, Dr. Zix?" The Andromedan's fingers danced over the controls, running complex calculations. "According to our initial scans, these ships are at least 50,000 years old, maybe even older." A collective murmur of disbelief rippled through the crew. 50,000 years was ancient by any galactic standard. Most civilizations they knew of had only achieved spaceflight in the last few thousand years. "But look at the design," pointed out Grax, a squat, furry engineer from the Ursa system. "It's so primitive. Those propulsion systems are practically antiques." Indeed, to their advanced eyes, the ancient fleet looked outdated. The ships were bulky, with none of the sleek lines and energy-efficient designs that modern vessels boasted. Their weapon systems, while impressive for their time, seemed quaint compared to the devastating firepower of current military craft. As news of the discovery spread, the Galactic Pioneer became the center of attention. Research teams from across the galaxy flocked to the site, eager to study this unprecedented find. The ancient fleet quickly became a galactic sensation, featured in news broadcasts and scientific journals alike. But as often happens with groundbreaking discoveries, not everyone viewed the ancient ships with reverence. "Ha! Look at those clunky monstrosities," laughed Exarthal, a famous talk show host on the Galactic News Network. His tentacles waved mockingly as he addressed his billions of viewers. "I've seen better designs in children's drawings." His guest, a respected military historian named General Kruk, nodded in agreement. Indeed, Exarthal, while impressive for their time, these ships would be useless in modern combat. They'd be blown apart before they could even power up their weapons. Across the galaxy, memes and jokes about the primitive fleet spread like wildfire. Comedians incorporated the ancient ships into their routines, drawing laughter from audiences everywhere. But back on the Galactic Pioneer Dr. Zix and his team weren't laughing. They had made a startling discovery. "Captain Lorne," Zix called out, his voice trembling with excitement. "We've managed to partially activate one of the ship's computers. You need to see this." The captain hurried over, his eyes widening as he saw the strange symbols scrolling across the screen. "What language is that? I've never seen anything like it." Zix shook his head. "Neither have I. But that's not the most interesting part. Look at this." He pressed a button, and a holographic image sprang to life above the console. It showed a bipedal creature, unlike any alien species they had ever encountered. What is that?" Captain Lorne asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "I don't know," Zix replied. "But according to the data we've decrypted, these creatures call themselves humans." The word hung in the air, heavy with mystery and promise. Little did they know, this discovery was about to shake the foundations of the galaxy and change everything they thought they knew about their place in the universe. As the Galactic Pioneer continued its research, the rest of the galaxy laughed and joked about the ancient fleet. But soon, very soon, they would realize that the joke was on them. for they had just stumbled upon the legacy of humanity, a species that would redefine what it meant to be advanced. The stage was set. The ancient fleet had been found, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Weeks had passed since the discovery of the ancient fleet. The galactic pioneer remained at the site, joined by dozens of other research vessels from across the galaxy. Despite their best efforts, the scientists had made little progress in understanding the mysterious ships. Dr. Zix stood in the command center, his forearms crossed in frustration. "It's like trying to crack a safe without knowing what a lock is," he grumbled to Captain Lorne. The captain nodded sympathetically. "Perhaps we should consider bringing in outside help." Before Zix could respond, an alarm blared through the ship, red lights flashed, and crew members rushed to their stations. "What's happening?" Lorne demanded, his scales darkening with concern. A young researcher, Villa, called out from her console. "Sir, it's coming from Research Shuttle 3. They're reporting activity from one of the ancient ships." All eyes turned to the main view screen. In the distance, one of the smaller ships in the ancient fleet was glowing faintly, a soft blue light pulsing along its hull. "Get me Shuttle 3 now," Lorne ordered. The screen flickered to life, showing the terrified face of Krill, a junior archaeologist. "See, Captain," he stammered. I think I activated something. I was examining what looked like a control panel, and suddenly, his words were cut off as the ship behind him hummed to life. The blue glow intensified, spreading rapidly across the entire fleet. "Krill, get out of there now," Zix shouted. But it was too late. A blinding flash of light erupted from the ancient ships. When it faded, Shuttle 3 was gone, seemingly absorbed into the now fully illuminated vessel. Panic spread through the assembled research fleet. Some ships began to retreat, their captains fearing an attack. Others moved closer, driven by scientific curiosity. Aboard the galactic pioneer chaos reigned. Alarms blared, crew members shouted, and the ship's communication systems were overwhelmed with incoming messages. "Everyone, calm down." Lorne's voice boomed over the din. "Zix, what's happening?" The Andromedan scientist was furiously analyzing the data pouring in. It's incredible," he muttered. "The ships are powering up. Systems we couldn't even detect before are coming online. The energy readings are off the charts." As they watched, the ancient fleet began to move, slowly at first, then with increasing speed and grace that belied their apparent age and bulk. "Impossible," whispered Grax, the engineer. "Those engines shouldn't be capable of such maneuvers. It defies everything we know about propulsion technology." The fleet formed a perfect formation, then, to everyone's shock, vanished in a flash of light that momentarily outshone the nearby stars. Silence fell over the galactic pioneer. Then, all at once, every communication channel exploded with chatter. News of the fleet's awakening spread across the galaxy at the speed of light. On the Galactic News Network, Xarthel's smug expression had been replaced by one of disbelief. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said, his tentacles trembling, "we're receiving reports that the ancient fleet has disappeared. Eyewitnesses claim they jumped to faster-than-light travel using technology beyond anything we've ever seen." In the military headquarters of the Croac Empire, General Croc stared at the reports flooding his desk. "Scramble our fleets," he ordered, his voice grave. "Find those ships. If they're as powerful as these reports suggest, they could be a threat to the entire galaxy." Back on the galactic pioneer Zix and Lorne were engaged in a heated discussion. "We have to follow them," Zix insisted. "This could be the greatest discovery in galactic history." Lorne shook his head. "It's too dangerous. We don't know where they've gone or what they're capable of." Suddenly, Vela called out again. "Captain, Dr. Zix, you need to see this." On her screen was a star map of the galaxy. A blinking red dot showed the ancient fleet's trajectory. "They're heading towards the galactic core," she explained. towards a region of space that's been off-limits for centuries due to dangerous radiation levels. Zix's eyes widened. The Forbidden Zone. But that's where all those old legends say the cradle of advanced civilization lies. Lorne looked at his crew, then at the star map. He took a deep breath. "Plot a course," he said finally. "We're going after them." As the galactic pioneer prepared to embark on its dangerous journey, the rest of the galaxy watched and waited. The ancient fleet, once a source of mockery, had become the center of the greatest mystery the universe had ever known. And somewhere out there, hidden behind veils of radiation and secrecy, the answers awaited, along with, perhaps, the long-lost creators of the fleet that had changed everything. The galactic pioneer streaked through space, its advanced engines pushed to their limits. Captain Lorne stood on the bridge, his green scales reflecting the eerie glow of the ship's instruments. Beside him, Dr. Zix worked frantically, his forearms a blur of motion as he analyzed incoming data. "Captain," Zix called out, "we're approaching the edge of the Forbidden Zone. Radiation levels are rising rapidly." Lorne nodded grimly. "Activate the shields. Full power." As the ship entered the Forbidden Zone, alarms blared. The crew watched in awe as swirling clouds of deadly radiation parted before them, repelled by their shields. "Incredible," Grax muttered from his engineering station. "Our shields shouldn't be able to withstand this kind of radiation. It's as if something is helping us." Suddenly, the ship shuddered. A blinding light filled the bridge, forcing everyone to shield their eyes. When it faded, they found themselves in a vast, star-filled space, unlike anything they had ever seen. "Where are we?" Lorne demanded. Zix checked his instruments, his eyes wide with disbelief. "According to these readings, we're at the galactic core. But that's impossible. We should have been vaporized by the black hole." Before anyone could respond, a holographic image flickered to life in the center of the bridge. It showed a bipedal creature, similar to the one they had seen in the ancient ship's database. "Greetings, explorers," the figure said, its voice resonating with an otherworldly quality. "We are the Guardians, keepers of humanity's legacy. You have proven yourselves worthy by following the fleet. Now you shall learn the truth." The image changed, showing scenes from a distant past. The crew watched in awe as the history of humanity unfolded before them. They saw a young species, full of potential, reaching for the stars. They witnessed great achievements and terrible wars, triumphs and tragedies. And then they saw the pivotal moment when humanity faced a choice. "Our ancestors stood at a crossroads," the Guardian explained. "They had unlocked the secrets of the universe, but they saw the chaos and conflict spreading through the galaxy. They chose isolation, not out of fear, but to perfect their knowledge and technology." The images showed the construction of the ancient fleet, a testament to human ingenuity. The ships were designed to be a bridge between humanity and the rest of the galaxy, to be awakened when the time was right. "But why now?" Lorne asked, finding his voice. "Why reveal yourselves after all this time?" The Guardian's expression grew serious. "Because a great darkness is coming. A threat that will engulf the entire galaxy. Humanity has prepared for this moment for millennia. And now we must stand together with all sentient beings to face it." As the Guardian spoke, the galactic pioneer shuddered again. Outside the viewports, they could see the ancient fleet assembling, joined by thousands of other ships of clearly human design. "This is but a fraction of our strength," the Guardian said. "We need allies, friends who will stand with us in the coming storm. That is why we revealed ourselves, why we led you here." Dr. Zix stepped forward, his scientific curiosity overcoming his awe. "Your technology, your understanding of the universe, it's beyond anything we've ever imagined. How can we possibly help you?" The Guardian smiled, a warmth in its eyes that transcended species. "Every civilization, every species has unique strengths and perspectives. In unity and diversity, we will find the key to our survival." Suddenly, Alarms blared again. Vela called out from her station. "Captain, we're detecting multiple ships entering the system. It's the combined fleets of every major galactic power." The Guardian nodded solemnly. "They have followed your trail, driven by fear and curiosity. Now, Captain Lorne, Dr. Zix, you face a choice. Will you help us bridge the gap between humanity and the galaxy? Will you stand with us against the coming darkness?" Lorne looked at his crew, seeing the mix of fear and excitement on their faces. He turned back to the Guardian, standing tall. "We came seeking answers, but we found so much more. Whatever this threat is, whatever challenges lie ahead, the Galactic Pioneer and her crew stand ready to face them alongside humanity." As Lorne spoke, the first ships of the galactic fleet began to appear. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shape the destiny of every sentient being in the universe. The hunt for answers had led them to a truth greater than they could have imagined. Now, the real challenge was about to begin. The vast expanse of space around the galactic core was now filled with ships. The sleek vessels of the various alien species faced off against the ancient human fleet and its modern counterparts. Tension crackled through the comm channels like lightning. Aboard the Galactic Pioneer Captain Lorne took a deep breath. He knew his next actions could determine the fate of the entire galaxy. "Open a channel to all ships," he ordered. Vela nodded, her fingers dancing across the console. "This is Captain Lorne of the Galactic Pioneer he began, his voice steady despite his racing heart. "I urge everyone to stand down. We are on the brink of the most important first contact in galactic history. The humans are not our enemies. They are here to help us face a greater threat." For a moment, silence reigned. Then, a gruff voice crackled through the speakers. "This is Admiral Croax of the United Galactic Fleet. Lorne, have you lost your mind? These humans appear out of nowhere, with technology beyond our comprehension, and you want us to trust them." Before Lorne could respond, the Guardian's hologram reappeared on the bridge. "Perhaps it would be best if we showed them, Captain," it suggested gently. Lorne nodded. "Admiral, representatives of all species present, please send a delegation to these coordinates. See the truth for yourselves." Hours later, Lorne found himself in a vast, shimmering chamber deep within the human flagship. Around him stood or floated representatives from every major galactic civilization. Some looked curious, others suspicious, but all were in awe of their surroundings. The Guardian materialized in the center of the chamber, its form now more clearly defined. It looked almost like the aliens' various encounters with mythical beings. Majestic, powerful, yet somehow familiar. "Welcome," it said, its voice echoing through the chamber. "We are humanity, and this is our home." With a wave of its hand, the chamber transformed. The delegates gasped as they found themselves standing on a beautiful blue and green planet. "This is Earth, our birthplace," the Guardian explained. "And this..." The scene shifted to show a sprawling city with impossible architecture, "is New Earth, in the heart of the galactic core, hidden from your sensors for millennia." Admiral Croax, a burly, four-armed being, stepped forward. "If you're so advanced, why hide? Why not reveal yourselves sooner?" The Guardian's expression turned solemn. "We needed time. Time to prepare, to advance, to understand the true nature of the universe and the threats it holds." The chamber shifted again, showing terrifying images of destruction on a cosmic scale. Entire galaxies blinked out of existence, devoured by something dark and incomprehensible. "The void," the Guardian said softly. "A force of uncreation that has been consuming our universe, galaxy by galaxy. It is the reason we built the fleet, the reason we isolated ourselves to advance our technology. And now it approaches the Milky Way." Silence fell over the delegates as the magnitude of the threat sank in. Dr. Zix, who had been quietly observing, finally spoke up. How can we possibly fight something like that?" The Guardian smiled, a gleam of hope in its eyes. Alone, we cannot. But together, combining the unique strengths and perspectives of all our civilizations, we have a chance. It waved its hand again, and the chamber filled with holographic displays of advanced technology, scientific theories, and battle plans. This is what we offer: our knowledge, our technology, our strength. In return, we ask for your trust, your cooperation, and your unique insights. The delegates murmured among themselves, a mix of fear, excitement, and cautious hope in their voices. Admiral Croax turned to Captain Lorne. "You've seen more of these humans than any of us. Do you truly believe they wanted help?" Lorne looked around the chamber, at the wonders the humans had shown them, and at the faces of the diverse galactic representatives. He thought of his crew, of all they had discovered, and of the threat looming on the horizon. "I do," he said firmly. "This is bigger than old rivalries or suspicions. The entire galaxy, no, the entire universe, is at stake. We need the humans, just as they need us." As the delegates began to nod in agreement, the Guardian stepped forward once more. "Then let this be the dawn of a new era. No longer shall we be separate civilizations, but a united force against the darkness. Together, we will write the next chapter of galactic history." The chamber erupted in cheers and applause. As Captain Lorne looked around, he realized that this was just the beginning. The real work, and the real challenges, lay ahead. But for the first time since they had discovered the ancient fleet, he felt a surge of true hope. The galaxy was about to change forever, and they would all face the future together. In the weeks following the historic first contact, the galactic community buzzed with activity. Ships from every corner of the Milky Way streamed towards the core, eager to witness the marvels of human civilization and contribute to the fight against the void. On New Earth, a grand summit was underway. Representatives from thousands of species gathered in a massive amphitheater, its architecture a breathtaking blend of human ingenuity and alien aesthetics. Captain Lorne and Dr. Zix found themselves at the center of attention, hailed as the bridge between humanity and the rest of the galaxy. As they took their seats near the front, Lorne couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. "To think," he whispered to Zix, "just a short time ago, we were laughing at those primitive ships." Zix nodded, his 4 eyes blinking in rapid succession. "And now we're about to learn the secrets of the most advanced civilization in the galaxy. Funny how things turn out, isn't it?" Their conversation was cut short as the Guardian appeared on the central stage, its form shimmering with an otherworldly light. "Friends, allies, fellow sentients," it began, its voice resonating through the amphitheater. "Today, we share with you the full extent of human knowledge and technology. But first, you must understand our journey." The air above the stage shimmered, and suddenly, the amphitheater was filled with holographic images of Earth's past. The assembled aliens watched in fascination as human history unfolded before them. They saw the early struggles of humanity, their first steps into space, their triumphs and failures. Then came the pivotal moment, the discovery that changed everything. 5,000 years ago, the Guardian explained, our scientists stumbled upon the existence of the void. We realized the threat it posed not just to us, but to all life in the universe. The images shifted, showing humans working feverishly, building great machines and ships. We made a choice, the Guardian continued, to retreat, to hide, to advance our technology far beyond what anyone thought possible, all in preparation for this moment. Dr. Zix leaned forward, his scientific curiosity piqued. "But how?" he called out. "How did you advance so quickly?" The Guardian smiled. "Ah, that is perhaps our greatest achievement. We unlocked the secrets of time itself." A gasp rippled through the audience. The Guardian waved its hand, and a complex diagram appeared, showing swirling vortexes of energy. "We created temporal bubbles," it explained, "areas where time moved differently. Within these bubbles, We could experience millennia while only years passed outside. We used this time to push the boundaries of science and technology. The aliens murmured in amazement. Some looked skeptical, others awestruck. Admiral Croax, sitting nearby, shook his head in disbelief. "Impossible," he muttered. "Time manipulation on that scale is very possible." "Admiral," came a new voice. A human scientist had joined them, her eyes twinkling with intelligence. "In fact, it's just the beginning of what we've achieved." Over the next few hours, the humans revealed innovation after innovation. Faster than light travel that made current methods look primitive. Energy sources that could power entire planets indefinitely. Medical technology that could cure almost any disease or injury. But it was their advancements in physics and dimensional science that truly stunned the galactic community. The humans had not just understood the nature of the universe, they had learned to manipulate it. As the presentation neared its end, the Guardian's expression grew serious. "We share this knowledge freely," it said, "because the threat we face requires nothing less than the combined effort of all sentient life." Captain Lorne stood up, feeling the weight of the moment. "On behalf of the galactic community," he said, his voice strong and clear, "we thank you. We may have laughed at your ancient fleet, but now we stand in awe of what you've achieved. We are honored to stand with humanity against the void." The amphitheater erupted in cheers and applause. Species that had been bitter enemies just weeks ago now stood side by side, united in purpose. As the celebration continued, Dr. Zix turned to Lorne, his eyes shining with excitement. "Captain," he said, "I think we're about to enter the most extraordinary era in galactic history." Lorne nodded, a smile on his face. "Indeed, old friend. The galaxy will never be the same again." And to think, it all started with an ancient fleet that everyone laughed at. As night fell on New Earth, the combined fleets of humanity and the Galactic Alliance lit up the sky, a testament to the new unity forged in the face of cosmic peril. The stage was set for the greatest adventure in the history of all species, the battle for the very existence of the universe itself. The Galactic Alliance had barely begun to digest the revelations from humanity when the crisis struck. Alarms blared across New Earth, and every ship in the combined fleet. The void, it seemed, had arrived sooner than anyone anticipated. On the bridge of the human flagship Horizon Captain Lorne stood alongside Admiral Croax and the Guardian. A massive holographic display showed the approaching threat, a vast, dark nothingness that seemed to devour light itself. "By the stars," Croax whispered, his forearms trembling. "It's even worse than we imagined." The Guardian's face was grim. "The void has sensed our preparations. It seeks to eliminate us before we can fully unite." Lorne stepped forward, his scales shimmer. "Aim with determination. Then we fight now, with what we have. Humanity has prepared for this moment for millennia. We stand ready." As if in response to his words, a shockwave rippled through space. Several ships at the edge of the fleet simply vanished, consumed by the encroaching darkness. "All ships, battle stations." Croax roared into the comm. The combined fleet sprang into action, a dazzling array of vessels from every corner of the galaxy moving into formation. At the center of it all, the once mocked ancient human fleet began to transform. Panels shifted, revealing weapon systems beyond anything the galaxy had ever seen. Energy crackled along their hulls, forming shields that seemed to bend the very fabric of space. "Now," said the Guardian, "we show the true power of unity." The battle that followed was beyond description. The human ships led the charge, their advanced weapons tearing holes in the fabric of the void. But for every victory, the darkness seemed to grow stronger, hungrier. Dr. Zix, coordinating the scientific efforts from a research vessel, made a startling discovery. "The void," he reported, his voice tight with excitement and fear, "it's not just consuming matter and energy. It's consuming probability itself." This revelation changed the entire strategy. The humans quickly adapted their temporal technology, creating bubbles of alternate probability that confused and weakened the void. But it wasn't enough. Despite their advanced technology and united efforts, the Galactic Alliance found itself being pushed back. Ship after ship fell to the insatiable hunger of the void. In a desperate gambit, Captain Lorne proposed a daring plan. "We need to strike at the heart of the void," he said, pointing to a swirling vortex at the center of the darkness. "If we can destabilize it there, we might have a chance." The Guardian nodded solemnly. "It's risky, but it might be our only hope. We'll need a small team to pilot a ship directly into the vortex." Without hesitation, Lorne volunteered. "I'll go. My ship, the Galactic Pioneer is small and fast. We can make it." Admiral Croak stepped forward. "I'm coming too. My people have been warriors for millennia. It's time we faced our greatest battle." As they prepared for the mission, Dr. Zix insisted on joining them. "You'll need a scientist to analyze and adapt to whatever we find in there," he argued. The Guardian provided them with humanity's most advanced ship, a sleek vessel that seemed to shift and change as they watched. This ship, the Quantum Leap exists in multiple probabilities at once, it explained. "It's our best chance against the void." As Lorne, Croax, and Zix boarded the Quantum Leap the rest of the fleet prepared to create a diversion. The plan was to open a path through the void, allowing the small ship to slip through to its heart. "Remember," the Guardian said as they prepared to depart, "the fate of not just our galaxy, but all of existence rests on your shoulders. The laughable ancient fleet has become our last, best hope." With a final salute to their comrades, the small crew launched into the chaos of battle. Around them, the combined might of the Galactic Alliance clashed with the endless hunger of the void. Weapons fire lit up the darkness. Temporal bubbles warped space and time, and countless brave souls fought to buy them the chance they needed. As they approached the swirling vortex at the heart of the void, Lorne gripped the controls tightly. "Whatever happens," he said to his companions, "it's been an honor." Croax nodded grimly, while Zix's eyes were wide with a mix of terror and scientific fascination. With a final burst of speed, the Quantum Leap plunged into the vortex, vanishing from normal space. The battle raged on around them, but the fate of everything now rested with three unlikely heroes and a ship born from the technology of a once ridiculed ancient fleet. As they disappeared into the unknown, one question remained. Could they find a way to stop the void, or would all of existence be consumed by the insatiable darkness? The Quantum Leap plunged deeper into the heart of the void. Inside, Captain Lorne, Admiral Croax, and Dr. Zix struggled to make sense of their surroundings. The ship's sensors were going haywire, showing impossible readings. It's like we're everywhere and nowhere at once," Zix muttered, his four eyes darting between screens. Croax gripped his seat tightly. "Focus. We need to find a way to stop this thing." Suddenly, Lorne's eyes widened. "Look," he shouted, pointing at the main view screen. Before them, in the swirling chaos of the void, they saw something unexpected. Structures. Massive, incomprehensible structures that seemed to be feeding the void's hunger. "By the stars," Zix whispered. It's a machine. The void is artificial." As they watched, they began to understand. The void wasn't a natural phenomenon, but a creation. A device of unimaginable scale, consuming reality itself to power something even greater. Lorne's mind raced. If it's a machine, it can be stopped. "Zix, can you find a way to shut it down?" The scientist's fingers flew over the controls. I think so, but we'll need to get closer to its core." Croax took the helm. "Then that's what we'll do." "Hold on." The Quantum Leap dove deeper, dodging tendrils of unreality that threatened to erase them from existence. As they approached the core, the ship shuddered violently. "We're losing structural integrity," Lorne shouted. Zix looked up from his calculations. "I found it. the shutdown sequence, but someone will need to stay behind to initiate it manually. A heavy silence fell over the crew. They all knew what that meant. Whoever stayed would be erased from existence, with no hope of return. After a moment, Lorne stood up. "I'll do it," he said quietly. Croax put a hand on his shoulder. "No, old friend. This is a warrior's duty. I'll stay." But before either could move, Zix had already started towards the airlock. "It has to be me," he said, his voice trembling but determined. "I'm the only one who fully understands the sequence." Lorne and Croax tried to argue, but deep down, they knew he was right. With heavy hearts, they said their goodbyes. As Zix stepped out into the chaos of the Void's core, the quantum leap retreated to a safe distance. Lorne and Croax watched on the viewscreen as their friend, now looking tiny against the vast machinery of the Void, began the shutdown sequence. Minutes passed like hours. The Void's tendrils lashed out, trying to stop Zix, but the brave scientist pressed on, protected by the advanced technology of his suit. Finally, with a last look back at his friends, Zix pressed the final command. A blinding light erupted from the core, engulfing everything. When Lorne and Croax could see again, they were back in normal space. The Void was gone, and with it, their friend. As they made their way back to the fleet, they were met with cheers and celebration. The Void had been defeated. The universe was safe. In the days that followed, a new galactic order emerged. The heroism of Zix, a member of a once-overlooked species, had shown everyone the true meaning of unity and sacrifice. Humanity, with its advanced technology, took a leading role in rebuilding and exploring. But they did so hand in hand with the other species, recognizing that true strength came from diversity. The ancient fleet, once a subject of mockery, became a symbol of hope and progress. It stood as a reminder that appearances could be deceiving, and that great things could come from unexpected places. A grand memorial was built on New Earth, honoring Zix and all those who had fallen in the battle against the Void. At its center stood a statue of the quantum leap flanked by representations of every species in the galaxy. As Captain Lorne stood before the memorial, Admiral Croax at his side, he couldn't help but smile. Who would have thought, Croax mused, that the fate of the universe would be decided by a laughable old fleet and a ragtag group of misfits? Lorne nodded. "It just goes to show, old friend, we're always stronger together, no matter our differences." As they turned to leave, they saw a group of young aliens from various species, excitedly discussing plans to join the new Galactic Exploration Corps. Lorne felt a surge of hope. The universe had faced its greatest threat and emerged stronger. Now, a new era of unity and discovery stretched out before them, full of endless possibilities. And it had all started with an ancient fleet that everyone had laughed at, until they realized humans built it.